Hi, how the fuck are we doing? Are we good? Good? Okay, good. Grab your drink, grab your snack, and listen the fuck up, because this is how you become the girl of your dreams. This is how you become that girl that you've always wanted to be, that girl that you've always idolized in your brain, but nobody quite hits that mark because you always know it's gonna be you. At the end of the day, you are always going to be your own dream girl, and that's how it should be. We have a whole cheat sheet, okay? I'm gonna tell you exactly what you're gonna do if you wanna become the girl of your dreams. Obviously, step number one, you're gonna have to figure out what that looks like. So you can't just really be like, oh, I wish I was, no. What does it look like? Break it down. What does your dream girl, like, think about everything. And don't worry, we're gonna break that down. You might have an idea in your head, but no, you need to get specific. You need to get specific because we're literally going to build her. We're going to build ourselves. We're gonna take the foundation of us and we're going to build ourselves into this dream girl. So we can't be loosey-goosey with it, okay? Like, we can't be like, oh, like, maybe she does this, maybe she's, no, we need to get specific, okay? The best way to think about it so that, like, you really make sure you don't miss the mark on anything, think of it as if you're creating a character for a movie. Like, what would you make your character in a movie be? You're just a character in your own little show, because what else is going on here? Step number one, obviously, this is the easiest step. What do they look like? Like, if you're creating a character for a show, like literally go into it thinking like, okay, like, I'm building a sim. How tall are they? What color hair do they have? What color eyes do they have? What color skin do they have? What is their body like? What is, you know, like, just everything. Like, what do they look like? Like, as a human, what does that human look like to you? You can get specific with this, okay? Like, they have 26-inch hair with long layers all the way through, and it's dark brown. Like, get specific. You don't just have to say like long brown hair. Like, if you wanna get specific like that, get specific like that. The more specific, the better, because then you know exactly what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? What do they do every day? You know, do they work out every day? Do they make breakfast every day? Do they volunteer somewhere every day? Do they go on a run every day? What are the things that they do every day that are their non-negotiables? Like, they shower every morning and put lotion on right out the shower every morning. And I know that might sound stupid, but just like think about these things as when you are envisioning your like perfect movie character that you would literally fall in love with and want to be. Maybe every night they spray pillow mist on their pillow. Those key little things that you're like, oh, like, I wish I was the type of girl that did this. I wish I was the type of girl that did that. Maybe instead of a big t-shirt and boxers, they always wear pajama sets to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, those like little key details that when you see somebody else doing it, you're like, oh, I wish I was the type of girl that did that. So like, those are the type of things that you're thinking of. Like, just really like get it going. What do people remember about them? Like, what are people going to remember about this character that you're creating? Oh, they always smell amazing. They always look so put together. They're always so kind. They always compliment people. They always compliment strangers. They light up whatever room they walk into. They're good with animals. They always have lollipops in their purse. Like, just these little like character traits that seem so silly, I guess. Think about anything that you remember about anybody. Like, think about your friends, think about your family, think about people you've met, and like what stuck with you. Like, what are like those little things that you're like, oh, like when I went to New York with my friend Danny, this is her @ I never met her before, but the thing that sticks with me about Danny, one, she always smells incredible. Two, she's just such an aesthetic person. Down to her travel shower products, they all matched. Like, even the bar of soap that she brought, like, it matched. And I was like, bro, like, you're that girl. Just like those little things that you remember about people. Next, how do they present themselves and how do they carry themselves? The first thing you see about somebody is what they look like, okay? You're not seeing their personality. So your genuine first impression, whether you want to admit it or not, is somebody's appearance. Are they always put together? Like, are their nails always done? Is their hair always groomed neatly? Do they wear jewelry? Do they not wear jewelry? Do they wear makeup? Do they not wear makeup? Do they wear super fun, bright colored clothing? Do they wear super neutral clothing? Maybe your person dresses up every day, whether they're going somewhere or not. Maybe they don't. Maybe they stay in their pajamas all day. But you know what? Like, if you're trying to become the girl of your dreams, I promise the girl of your dreams does not just sit around in her pajamas all day. Whether you work from home or not, I don't want to hear it. So, what does your dream girl do for a job? Where does she live? What are her friends like? What does she do in her free time? All those type of things. Like maybe, maybe every Monday night after work, she goes to a yoga class. Maybe every Thursday she goes to trivia night with her friends. What are the type of people she hangs out with, Like, are the type of people she hangs out with like-minded to her? Are they younger? Are they older? Are they in the same career field that she's in, Like, and I feel like it's a lot easier to see this as you get older. The type of people you hang out with will immensely impact your life. If you're a very ambitious person and you're hanging out with people that are lazy and just kind of like okay where they are and not really trying to progress forward, which is fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, you're allowed to just do whatever the fuck you want because nobody knows what's going on here in life. Like, life is such a big game. It's such a big gamble. Like, if you're trying to just, like, vibe out, do what you do, and not do anything else, props to you, okay? But if you're the type of person that's very ambitious and you're always looking to go to that next step, you want to meet new people, you want to have new experiences, you don't want to just sit on the couch all weekend. Like, you want to go on a little weekend getaway somewhere. But your friends are the type of friends that don't want to do anything, they just want to sit on the couch, they want to watch movies all day on the weekend, on their days off. Like, that's not a good balance. Like, those are not the types of friends that your dream girl would have if you're very, like, ambitious, go-getter, you want to meet people, you want to travel, you want to do a lot of stuff. Those are not the type of people your dream girl is going to hang out with, right? Not to say that she can't have those people in her life as friends, like, of course, because, like, you're not going to have friends that are exactly like you. You're not going to have people in your life that are always exactly like you. But honestly, you have to realize that, like, the type of people you hang out with will so impact not even just, like, your mental state, but just your life in general. Say that your dream girl is that very ambitious girl, and then one of your only friends you hang out with is, like, like, not so ambitious and really doesn't like to do much. And then when you guys hang out, it's not a match, right? Like, you're just like, okay, like, I want to do this, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then you're like, oh, I'm kind of bored, like, I like hanging out with her, but, like, we don't really do anything, and, like, we don't really, we don't have similar, like, hobbies. Like, that's gonna weigh on you. That's gonna weigh on you, and it's not cool. And not to say that you don't have to, like, break up with all these friends that don't, like, match your dream girl lifestyle, you know what I mean? If your dream girl is friends with these people like that, you're gonna have to be willing to go meet those type of people. Like, you can't become your dream girl that has these type of friends that you guys do this every week. Like, you schedule, like, a wine and pasta night every week, like a grown-up, like, oh, everybody brings a different type of wine every week and we make pasta at everybody's house every week. Like, if you want friends like that and you don't have them, you're gonna have to put in that work to go get those friends. Just like with literally everything, which leads me to my next point. So take your list that you made of your dream self, your dream girl, your dream character, and now make another list of everything that you already did for your dream self, but make it about your current self. And then you'll actually start to realize that you're a lot closer to being that dream girl than you thought. Like, you're actually a lot more like her than you thought you were. And it's really, because it seems like so easy to get in, like, oh, like, I wish I was like that, I wish I was like that. It's so easy to be your dream self. Like, it's so easy. A lot of people and a lot of self-help books, to be honest, make it seem like this thing that you constantly have to be chasing and chasing, but quite honestly, you're probably a lot closer than you think. For example, my dream girl lives in a beautiful luxury apartment in Miami. Currently, you're living with your parents. How are you gonna start to act like you have that beautiful luxury apartment in Miami? All you have to do is close that gap. How would you treat that luxury apartment? You probably wouldn't leave your clothes all over the floor. You'd probably clean up a spill right when it's spilled. You'd do the laundry, you'd do the dishes, you'd take care of it, right? Like, if you're into content or pictures or anything, how would you take pictures in that apartment, Like, would you take pictures outside and appreciate the view? Would you take nice aesthetic pictures in the kitchen of your morning coffee? How would you manage your money to live there comfortably? Would you be ordering breakfast from Starbucks every morning? Or would you maybe make your breakfast and coffee at home? Would you be door dashing food every single night? Or would you maybe start to cook your own dinner? Or instead of door dashing it, go pick it up? How would you talk about your living space? How would you say, oh, like, I hate it here, I can't wait to move, it sucks? Or would you, most likely, you'd probably be like, I'm so grateful for the space that I live in, I absolutely love it, like, it's coming together. It's not quite where I want it to be yet, but I know it's going to be. Obviously, there's gonna be certain things on this list that you can't just snap your fingers and make the switch. And there's certain things that you can't. For example, if your dream girl wears PJ sets to bed every night, that's a very easy switch. You know, if you have PJ sets, just wear them. If you don't have PJ sets, you can very easily get them and then wear them to bed every night instead of a big t-shirt. If your dream girl has a really good skincare routine, that's really easy to just start prioritizing your skincare routine. Another example, if you're like, oh, my dream girl has long, thick, healthy, shiny hair, but you currently have super damaged hair from bleach or dye or heat, like whatever, your hair's just super damaged right now. All you have to do is close the gap. Obviously, you can't magically grow your hair overnight, but what you can do is you could start doing treatments, you could start doing masks, you could start oiling your hair, you could use less heat on your hair. You could start doing the things that are gonna get you to where you wanna be. And not only are those the things that get you to where you wanna be, but those are the things that maintain the lifestyle of this dream girl that you're trying to be. This dream girl that has super healthy, long, thick, shiny hair, most likely is taking care of her hair to let it be that way, right? So she's probably using those hair masks, she's using those hair oils, she's doing those hair treatments, she's getting it trimmed every 6 months. She's trying to limit the amount of heat she uses on her hair, you know what I mean? And if you're the type of girl that wants extensions, then get extensions and then boom, you have your dream girl hair, you know what I mean? Like there's so many little things to think about that it's like, oh, it's actually a lot closer than it seems. Same thing for the apartment. You're gonna start to save money. You're gonna start to really think about where your money's actually going. You're gonna start to prioritize, oh, maybe I shouldn't buy these clothes because I already have a lot of clothes and I can actually put this towards buying a new couch. And when you're in a situation like if you live at your parents' house but your dream girl lives in this luxury apartment in Miami, act in the way that you would act if you lived in this dream apartment by yourself. You know what I mean? So no, you're not just gonna be like, oh, like yeah, like I have to do the dishes. No, because you wouldn't do that when you live alone in this apartment. You'd be like, oh, I think I'm gonna do the dishes. Okay. Here's the most important part of this whole thing. You have to commit to it. You can't just half-ass it. Like you can't wish for something to happen and want something to happen, but not take action to make it happen. And then when it doesn't happen, get mad about it not happening because you were the only thing that was in the way of the thing you want. I think a really good way to stay committed to this, if you're good at self-discipline, if you have self-discipline, you have self-control, and you genuinely want these things, you're gonna get it. And I think one of the easiest ways to stay disciplined on this is before you make any decision, ask yourself, what would my dream girl do in this situation? So for example, maybe you're trying to prioritize having a really good nightly skincare routine. You know, maybe you got home at 2 a.m. and you're really tired and you just wanna go to bed. What would my dream girl do in this situation? My dream girl would get her ass into that bathroom, take off her makeup, wash her face, put on her skincare, shower maybe if you were at a musty, dusty bar, put on some PJs, fill up her water, and go to bed. That's what the dream girl self would do. So are you gonna do what dream girl would do, or are you gonna do what you wanna do, which is just wanna stay in the clothes that you went out in and you don't wanna take your makeup off? Which one sounds better? And I know when you're in that situation, it's so easy to do the easier thing, but in the long run, that's not the easier thing. Because doing these tiny little things every single day is gonna get you so much closer to being where you wanna be, to being who you wanna be, than just being like, oh, I'll worry about it tomorrow. How many, oh, worried about it tomorrows can you possibly say before you act, like, really? Really? Another way that's good to think about it is think about, I'm gonna go with Cher from Clueless, okay? Like, Cher from Clueless was my first, like, oh my gosh, I want to be her. I remember watching Clueless when I was like 9 or 10, and I was like, oh my god, I love her. And I just loved everything about the movie. I loved the outfits. I loved how they talked. I just loved everything about it. Now, let's think of Cher, okay? Cher's never going to show up to school in her pajamas. She's never going to show up to school with unbrushed hair. She's never gonna show up to school not looking put together and cute. And that's because she's literally a character in a movie that was cast. She was literally written to be that way. So of course she's not gonna act out of character because she's literally a character in a movie. You have a choice because you're not a character in a movie. You didn't get hired to act a certain way. So you have a choice. You can decide, oh, I don't wanna act like that character today. Oh, I don't want to act like that character today. It's too much work. Okay, well, it's going to be even more work trying to get that momentum going again, right? So why don't you just do what your dream character, you know, your dream girl, why don't you just do what that character is hired to do and just embody that? That's what's gonna get you to somewhere where you have that, like, you are your own dream girl. And why wouldn't you want to be your own dream girl? It's so much closer than you think. You just actually have to commit to it. And I think that's the biggest part, where people commit to it for a few weeks and then they fall off because it got hard. Like, obviously it's hard. You're trying to embody this thing that you like, you love and you care about and you're passionate about and you really want to see for yourself. And once it starts to feel hard, it's so easy to be like, oh, like, it's too hard. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too hard. Like, maybe I just shouldn't. No, stop. It's hard because you're doing something new. You're implementing new routines. You're implementing new lifestyle choices. You're implementing new habits. Of course, it's going to be a little rocky, a little hard. My light just turned off. At the end of the day, you are so much closer to being your dream girl than you think. You just actually have to commit to it, and that's really all there is to it. So on that note, I hope you have a good fucking day.